Today I want to talk about how I became a production assistant. Working as a background performer and actor, I had met people on the crew obviously, and there's a lot of people in background that also did the production assistant job as well. One of the people I worked with had double booked and asked me if I wanted to do the job, which I said of course, and I was very excited to go to set and see what was going on. The first time I was doing it, I thought I was going to actually work on a film set where they were filming, but it ended up being a wrap day, and I didn't know that. A wrap day is the day that they're done filming and they end up taking out all the construction and all of the things they put into place, cables and everything that they use while they were filming, and it can take a couple days to get everything out of there. So they have to have production assistants to stand around and watch the gear and make sure it doesn't get stolen, watch the parking, that kind of thing, and that was going to be my job. And the front of the building was basically ours for a couple days for wrapping out, so I had to make sure that it was accommodating and people, knew what was going on. It took me a bit, but I found out the production was the last X-File movie that filmed here, and it was a big production. I had no idea at the time, of course, and since it was a wrap day, there's no food. Now, this is something I didn't know. I thought maybe there's going to be crafty, maybe there's going to be, because I had experienced this in background. But on wrap days and prep days that they don't film, there is no catering. There is no crafty. Sometimes there is, but really rarely. And then usually the production will reimburse you with money for what you spent on lunch, but there's nothing there as far as crafty and getting food all day. And because it was my first day, I was really unprepared as far as being dressed and the proper footwear. I didn't know. So when I showed up and they put me in front of this building, it was kind of sunny and a little cloudy in the beginning of the day, but then it got dark and clouds rolled in and it started raining. And I didn't have rain gear, I didn't have a rain jacket, didn't have boots, nothing. I didn't have anything, and including food. As the day wore on, it got more difficult. But I had a savior. I had an angel from above to come save me. Her name was Michelle. She was a production assistant for the thing and had done prep and was doing the wrap inside with all the different departments. I didn't know this, and she came out and saw me standing there, so she started relieving me to go to the bathroom to get my food. I was so grateful because I was there for like a good 5 hours, not talking to anybody and nervous, and when people walk by, you don't want to say anything, you don't want to be in the wrong place, the wrong time, so I had never been to film school. I had no idea what was going on. I just basically did what I was told and just kind of witnessed and stood there and watched all these people work. I couldn't believe I was getting paid for it because I had done lots of labor jobs in the past and broke my back working. Like, I couldn't believe that the job just had me stand there and make sure that, everything was okay. It seemed like an amazing job. The only downfall was the hours. And I had worked 12 before. Working beyond that is pretty tiring, especially when you can't sit down. There was no chair. I had to stand all the time, so my feet were getting sore and I was getting pretty cold. But I did pretty good as far as lasting the day. And then at 7 p.m. I was done for the day. They let me go, and of course the next day when I came back, I was a little more prepared. I wore better shoes. I had a knapsack with all the warm gear in case it got cold, and brought some food with me, so, had a better time the second day. And I got to know this Michelle girl that came down and would, relieve me every couple hours and then go back in and do her job. And she knew I was brand new. I told her all about it, so we kind of built a rapport and started talking. It was pretty cool. By the end of that day, I was done for the week. I only had to do 2 days. So the boss I had originally started with that morning, at the end of the day, basically at 7 p.m., said, "You can go home. But before you go, can you run this paycheck to that girl Michelle in the building?" So at the end of the day, when I ran the check to her, she was so appreciative, and she said, "Hey, give me your phone number. I work on different productions. I probably need a production assistant, and who knows, I might call you in the future." I was like, okay, and I gave her my number. That was my first gig. It was 2 days on set, and I was really surprised. It was a Thursday, so I went home, and I was like, oh wow, that was really a cool experience. The next day, I get a phone call, and they asked me, "Hey, can you come and do production assistant for the same show, same production, and do it on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at night? It's a night shoot, and it's actually on a film shoot." Like, this is a film set that you're going to be working on. Yes, I was very excited because I get to actually see the production as to what's going on and everything. Because if you've never been in film school, you don't know. You don't think I've ever seen this online, and that was very little. So it's quite remarkable to check out. So the next week comes, and of course I show up. It was a night shoot, so I had to show up at 5 p.m. and they didn't start filming until 8 p.m. So there was a good 3 hours where I was helping set up all the different traffic cones and everything to accommodate the crew as they showed up and prepared to film. At the end of that, they said, go get your breakfast. Now, this is what blew me away, is the food on set. I had experienced crafty and I experienced catering with background acting, but crew food is way better. Unbelievable. They said go get breakfast. I show up, there's like a buffet with 2 huge tables with all kinds of breakfast stuff. Juices and fruit salad and cottage cheese. And then they had these they had these warmer bins that you see at buffets that are filled with eggs. And one's filled with bacon, and one's filled with sausage, and one's filled with beef sausage. Like, they had different types of meat. It was unreal. Tons of toast and like blenders for smoothies. They had cut up fruit. They had a big bowl of half oranges, cut up fruit, that you had this press and you could press fresh fruit juice. It blew me away how much options there were. Just, oh my God. So I asked I recognized one of the other PAs that were working, and I asked them, what's a good thing to get? And they said, get the breakfast burrito. Because as a production assistant, a lot of times you don't have a place to sit down and eat. And have a plate with cut up knives and stuff, it doesn't work. It's not really good. So basically, a production assistant's friend is the breakfast burrito, because that way you have breakfast in a wrap. It's bacon, hash browns, eggs, cheese, salsa, sour cream, all in a wrap. And you can stand there and eat it and pay attention to what's going on around you, and you don't have to sit and eat. So it's much better. And I got that, and I thought, oh wow, that's amazing. I got that, and I got some fruit salad, and I got a coffee. And I went and I was stationed at this place that was the end of a road, and I had to stop all the cars coming in, and I stood there with a police officer. We had traffic signs and cones and everything, so everyone knew when they drove up, and there wasn't really a problem. I was amazed that it was work, because then again, I'm standing there with this police officer, and every 20 minutes, we're like, oh, you can't drive down there. And that was your job. And then you just stand there and wait for the next person to try to drive down there or walk down there towards the filming, and you can't, you block them. So it seemed like really easy work. After about 3 hours, I get relieved, and this person comes to say, hey, go to the bathroom and get food from Crafty and come back. I go to the bathroom, which is a 2-holder. It's like a trailer with 2 bathrooms in it. It's better than a porta potty, but not a whole lot better, just better. So after that, I go to Crafty. Well, Crafty is unbelievable. Crafty has like all kinds of cookies and cakes and cut up fruit and drinks, and it's so much better than background Crafty. I can tell you, I couldn't believe it. It was like walking into a variety store and saying, take what you want, go. It's okay. Wow. So of course I get coffee and I get cookies and I get, a bunch of stuff. I go back to my post, and then I do my job and I stand there and I finish my coffee and whatnot. 3 hours later, they call lunch. I'm like, oh, it's lunchtime. They say, yeah, they have a guy come around. He relieves me to go to the bathroom and go get lunch. So I go to catering. When I get there, same thing. 2 buffet huge tables with massive amounts of food on it. It has like all kinds of protein. I think they had, pork, beef, and chicken. And then they had a thing with different sausages and stuff. And they had a big menu on the truck, and it would tell you what the day was. So today is a pork chop day, and they would have a big thing of pork chops. But besides that, they would have like a thing of chicken breast. And beside that, they had a lasagna and all kinds of different styles of food that were just amazing, one right after the other. They had 6 salads. They had all kinds of stuff. It's unbelievable. Plus desserts. They had 3 or 4 different desserts. Just amazing. So of course, I load up my food and I go back to my place and I eat what I get, but I can't really eat it all because it's amazing. I'm stuffed. I can't even believe how good it is. 3 hours after that, they say, oh, it's hot snack. Here in studio, the Crafty will make the hot snack, and they make shepherd's pies and they make empanadas or all different little things for the whole crew to enjoy something to eat at the end of the day. But this day they ordered a person to come in that had a trailer with a stone oven. They would make pizzas and just stand there and just feed the crew slices of pizza. I ate probably 3 slices of pizza, even though I was already full, because it was so good. I just was a glutton. I was just bloated from everything, and I couldn't believe how amazing it was. And I'm not going to keep going on about the food. It just blew my mind because I'd never been on set. I've never seen anything like that before. Like I said, with background I had seen it, but I thought that was all across the set. I didn't realize that the crew food was that much better. Unbelievable. And the actors have like catered kind of stuff. They make different meals for people. There's vegan people, there's vegetarian people. They cater to them all. So the next day I came in and I was well more prepared as far as clothing and stuff too. It just, as the time went on, you realize all the things that you need, and I keep stuffing my backpack and bringing it all with me. And that way I'm assured that the day is going to go by okay. Because when you don't have something you need, your day can suck and be really long. So that was one of the biggest things I learned right off the hop. It was quite an experience, and I loved it so much. It's a real thing to witness. This many people working together constantly for hours at a time. So if you like my videos, please subscribe. And I'm going to be posting and talking about different experiences I've had on set and different shows I worked on, and just, tell you basically about all the stuff I experienced because it was so cool and it was so eye-opening. It was like a different world. Take care and have a great day.